Real life, Jenna.
Oh, hi. Didn't even see you there. Not true. Totally saw you there. I'm just over here fake typing on this Barnes & Noble computer to talk about my next chapter. Chapter 9, Stop, Sit, and Disengage for at least 5 minutes a day. What I was just doing was the opposite of what I am preaching right now. This is where I live. Usually. And when I'm not living here, I'm always living right here. And when I'm not living here, I'm usually back to living here or living like this, with one kid hanging off my leg, right, and the other one hanging onto the other leg while I'm calculating some math problem. This is usually me. Guess what? The hardest chapter for me in the book, I get asked all the time. What's the hardest one, right? Of all the things in your book, which one is the hardest for you to do? There's no question that the hardest chapter in this book is this one for me, to stop, to sit, and to disengage for 5 minutes. I tell the story, I'm going to tell it to you again. The first time I did this, I thought this was the easiest thing in the world to do. I heard about it somewhere, how important this is for this and for this and for all your muscles. I said, no problem. Sat down, started my watch, disengaged. This is how it went. All right, easily knocked out 6 minutes. Went like this to check, about 38 seconds. It felt like 6 minutes. That's how hard it was. My mind racing a million miles an hour. Every cell in my body trying to catch up. Do you know how important it is to shut that down for just a few minutes every day and give your entire soul a chance to just work its way around, slow down, bring it down just to a nice, easy, calm flow? It's the hardest thing. We don't think it's that important, and so we neglect it, right? It becomes the last thing we do. Well, I'll relax later. I don't have time now to relax. I'll relax later. That's preposterous. Take 5 minutes every day and disengage. It'll be the single most important thing you do. Look, I'm still working on it, but as I say all the time, I'm a work in progress. I do not have any of this figured out. This is so incredibly hard for me, but it's what I work on every single day, disengaging, letting everything just calm and catch up. It helps me deal with stress. It helps me deal with the chaos of my life. It helps me deal with the 10,000 ideas I have roaming around up here. I find that when that 5 minutes is up, I'm refurbished, I feel good, I'm replenished, and then I start fresh again. So just try it. Before you poo-poo it, as my mom used to always say, and I thought that was hilarious, try it for me. Just try it once and see how you feel. That's this chapter. We're gonna pause, let myself disengage for like 1 minute.
Have you found that it gets easier?
It absolutely gets easier. With anything, right? Isn't that the whole purpose of life? You practice, 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 and it'll get easier and easier. It's not a no-brainer. It's still work for me, but I always feel better when I'm done than while I'm doing it. Yes, it always gets easier. So please take 5 minutes. I'm not asking you for an hour. 5 short, doable minutes together in a row. See if you can do the 5 minutes together, and that'll work.
Better
out.
to do it in the morning, or is there a time of day?
So I love in the sort of later afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock. That's when things are going crazy for me. I'm tense, I'm stressed. I've got the beginning of the day that I'm still thinking on. I have the rest of the day that I still have ahead of me, and I'm running around. So by 3, 4 o'clock is when I need it the most. It's also when it's the hardest. But sometimes it's good to do the hardest thing you can, because then whenever else you do it, it actually becomes easy. It will be just like chewing your food 20 times, drinking your 20 sips of water, walking your 10,000 steps. What's the point of all this? We want this to be a lifestyle change, not a 30-day diet and then you forget about it. Incorporate this into your life and it becomes part of your life, right? If you want your life to change, you have to change your life. That's the bottom line here.